When we retired, I said I really still want to. So we put up a foundation, Center for Growing and Giving Foundation, founded on the fact that as human beings, we need to grow in our
Yeah.
capabilities, the edge, di ba? And continue to give in those capabilities. So we were expanding on the giving to persons with disability, those who otherwise would not have any employment opportunities. So I love sunflowers. I love flowers in general, and so we thought, okay, can we have a model where persons with disability can work in a farm? So we started with 4,000 sunflowers, basically. That's the short version of the story. And hired two persons with disability. Um, they're beautiful. Sobrang ganda niya. Kasi in the Philippines, south of Manila is the first sunflower farm. People have never seen sunflowers
Yeah.
that are like 6 feet tall
Yes.
or 7 feet tall.
Bigger than my hand.
This big, bigger than your hand. And the lot is facing east, so they're facing the roadside.
Ms. Rhodora, put the mic closer to you.
Ay,
Po,
okay.
yun.
So they're by the roadside. And so it became an attraction because there's no fence. People came. It became a social media phenomenon. People start taking pictures, sharing it, and all. It was just open. And after the 4,000 flowers, quote unquote, wilted, we thought, oh, what are we going to do with it? And people requested, are you going to plant again? And o nga, no? Sige, pare. We started, someone said, sell the flowers. So, okay, sell the flowers. And then when people came, there were no more flowers. Oh, why did you sell the flowers? Ano ba? Sell the flowers, not sell the flowers. Then people started asking for, do you have souvenir items? You know, do you have T-shirts? Do you have magnets? The usual. And they said, don't sell the flowers, don't cut them, we'll just pay entrance fee.
Oh, yeah.
And so we said, oh, okay. So I said, okay, then maybe we should close off the farm and have a donation because it's a foundation. Have a donation, and that would mean another job.
Right.
So we said yes. So two people, and because we need to plant more, we hired more farmers. We taught them how to plant, and then when people started coming in, then they started requesting for, like I said, souvenir items,
Yes.
things. Then we found. I said, okay, souvenir items should also be persons with disability. So there was someone, the princess,
Wow.
who was born without her left leg and missing 3 fingers on her right, but who knows how to crochet. So she does things like this. So we started selling them. This one.
So
and
everybody is a
shirts.
person with disability.
Yes.
Or family.
Family.
Or family. There are two mothers who are typical, but one has a Down syndrome kid, the other one has retardation. So, mothers of PWDs, families of PWDs, or our suppliers have PWD. They're sponsoring some PWD
Galing, no?
causes. So, it's been 4 years.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Hindi ko na kailangan magtanong, sinasagot na.
It's been 4 years. So we started 2017, and now we're in our 4th year. That means after the second half of this year, we'll be on our 5th year. All I wanted to do was to build a sustainable model that other people can replicate. So, I'd be happy if people copied it and do the same thing, because what I wanted to do was a model that shows it would work. That you
For
can provide,
PWDs,
yes,
yeah.
you can provide jobs for persons with disability if you just expand your imagination a bit. In fact, we had queries for as
Yeah.
far as Ghana.
Oh.
Yeah, how do you do
Nigeria.
this and all Nigeria? So one of my big projects pre-pandemic was to actually create a manual.
Yeah.
It's ongoing. so that people can readily apply it. And pre-pandemic, we were in talks and had concrete plans to expand in Siargao, in Palawan. There was a talk in
Wow.
Zamboanga and other places. Recently, we had a query from San Isidro, somewhere in
Leyte.
Leyte. So we'll be happy if people copy it as long as they remain faithful to the cause, which
yeah.
is to provide persons with disability sustainable employment. So we have, I think I told about the 3 messages. And if anything, people could just take on the 3 messages, which is 1, may kakayanan na may kapansanan. Nagbibigay, hindi lang binibigyan. Inspirasyon, hindi lang
Yeah.
obligasyon. So we always say those things until people can internalize them, because if you take those 3 for PWDs, you could also take it for LGBTQ, for all the marginalized
Goodbye
communities.
discrimination.
Correct. If you just take people as people and say we have to provide them the space,
Yes.
so they can give their unique contribution to the world. Nagbibigay, hindi lang binibigyan, no? And give them the space to give. People will give. And sometimes, and I always say this, inspirasyon, hindi lang obligasyon. Nagbibigay, hindi lang binibigyan. Oftentimes, when we see marginalized people, and it's a lot here in the U.S. too, we tend to see them as receivers.
Yep.
Tagatanggap lang yan, mga yan, ganun. When actually, it is natural for a person to give. At least that's my belief. And oftentimes, what they have to give is their story.
Yes.
And what we forget to give them, what we can actually give them, is a platform to tell their story.
Yes, this is it.
Yes. And so
Sunshine Farm,
you
yeah.
want to minimize, eliminate discrimination, provide as many platforms as you can for people you consider as marginalized. Let their voices be heard. And actually, Sunshine Farm Philippines is a platform for people, for especially persons with disability, for their voices and their capabilities to be seen, for their voices to be heard. What we're providing is a platform, and we wish that a lot more people
Would do the same thing.
would do the same.
Pero are you hands-on up to now, both of you?
Well, medyo hindi kasi katulad ng that, because that's part of the view. They should be able to run it.
Yes.
No? Because there's only me and him. No? So it's a way we have to build the model so they could do it themselves. And build a model so it doesn't have to be us. Because it's, in most of the things that we do, it's about enabling. It's about empowering. Coaching is also enabling people to make choices. In Sunshine Farm is enabling them to fend for themselves.
Yeah. Ako, I have a few words to say about the foundation. Okay. The name of the foundation, Center for Growing and Giving. Okay. It comes from a deeply felt belief that you have something to give to the world. You have a
Your
gift.
unique contribution
Yes.
to the world, yeah.
Yes.
Every one of us. Okay. And that's what we call your calling.
Yes.
It's the inner urge to give your gift away. And that is the rent you pay for the space that you live on this earth. Okay. And that rent consists of 2 things. The payment consists of 2. The first one is your obligation to yourself, which
Yes.
is to grow.
Yes.
Okay. And your obligation to others, which is to give.
Yeah.
So that's why it's growing and giving. Okay. And the thing about the giving is you continue to give, and at some point it feels like receiving.
Yes.
Because may validation ka sa.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.